Delicious character. I told it.
Delicious.
Kick-ass is the word I want to use.
Right word. Right.
Thank you.
Tell me, is this the first time that you've been offered an out-and-out villainous or a negative role?
Yes, this is dark for sure. I've done grey characters.
Yes.
I actually enjoy playing slightly grey characters. Thode tigdam, thoda teda. But this is dark. This is like as dark as it can get, and divinely so. I think I've been just told by my cast members ki tum evilly karo. So I'm taking that as a compliment for all these lovely talented people who I so admire. बहुत मजा आया. I think the script was amazing, and then Tanuj and I, when we first started discussing this also, he kept egging me on to like really go all out, and then choice of Haryanvi, choice of how we decided to shoot it, the way both Johan and Eric decided to shoot. I think it all adds up. I think if I was doing theatre, then it's a different medium because then you control how your performance reaches people. But I'm so dependent on like all these amazing people, my cast members, my director, editor, DOP, to use the right shots and to use the right frames to enhance what I'm feeling or what I'm trying to portray. And for that, I'm forever grateful because this really is a once in a lifetime kind of a. I hope I've done justice to it, but it's nice to get this kind of feedback because I hope more people see this and beyond, of course, praising my performance, they also feel so much about the issue because we really thought about it. We really did think about the choices we made. Whether it was trying to use Haryanvi because you wanted to make it a very real person and not just a cardboard kind of a filmy villain. Whether it was, choosing to touch the girls a certain way. And I think we earlier spoke in an interview about, why Meena would touch these young girls. Because she's trying to normalize other men or other people touching them. So she would kiss them or touch them and she was grooming them in her own way, in a very subtle way. But again, we didn't want to underline it. If you get it, you get it. If you don't get it, but that's the space we were trying to operate from. So yeah, I mean, it's been quite fun crafting this.
To come back to the point where you said you didn't want to make it as a coward kind of a villain. Tell me, what was your notion about this typical villains, especially women being portrayed as villain? What were those stereotypes that you wanted to break? A and B, were you shooting this like simultaneously with Maharani or with any other show or any other movie?
I've been shooting multiple things at the same time. So I joke ki matlab it's like how television mein shift lagti hai. So I've been doing that. No, for our show I did actually end up pulling off a 48-hour where I finished shooting. We were shooting, I remember, in Borivali somewhere, and then I went on another film set which was in mud, and then I slept for like 4 hours and I came back the next morning in Kandivali. So it's been and that's a very, very different kind of a film. But no, I mean, but it's not to say, but I can switch in and out of character, so I don't need time. I'm fortunately one of those people, like I don't need to be in the zone or I don't know, listen to music or put on a particular perfume. But I'm quite like I just need to have like 10 seconds of silence before my shot and I'm fine. Like I try and, because मेरे को लगता है कि more than a process, I think my homework should have happened way before I got onto set, like which is just reading the script multiple times and understanding what I'm doing. And then between action and cut, not trying to hold myself back in any which way. Then you just surrender to the moment. And honestly, that's if I can break it down. With this particular one, I feel Hamisha women are never seen as the leader of the pack. They're always the mall or the gangster's girlfriend or whatever. Those are the kind of parts that are relegated to. So I was very honored that this was she was supposed to be quite the mastermind behind all of this, which was nice. And of course she's a businesswoman, and I approached her with the same way I would approach any character. She's a survivor, she's a hustler, she's a businesswoman. She wants to do the best for herself, and she comes from a certain place and she wants to get out of it. So there was no judgment when I was approaching her at all. She just happened to do this, and it's and the brutality of what she is doing, she's immune to it because she's seen too much of it when she was a child, perhaps. And that's the backstory we kind of built together. Ki usne itna bachpan mein dekha hoga that she's just numb to it. It's just normal. It's like saying if I were to play a butcher, then the sight of blood and intestines and what a carcass is would be natural. To you, like I said the word butcher and you sort of made that expression, but for somebody who's actually working over there day in, day out, for them it's second nature. And that's the switch you have to make at least I had to make in my head when I approached this character. So nothing what she did seemed like an off choice. If she was to rough up a colleague because she's overstepped a line or whatever, she's done something wrong, then she would do that. If she is to use people to her advantage and she's to sexualize young girls, then she was going to do that because that's what she's supposed to do. I thought of it just like, I don't know, you fatten up a lamb before they're sent to the slaughter.
What was your approach like getting into, a complex character like this?
I had a lot of fun. The funnest I've had, the most fun I've had, only because, you're in really good company, you're in really good hands, and whether you can only do that much what your environment really allows you, and that comes from the director and the team. If I didn't have that kind of trust on Tanuj, and if Tanuj hadn't shown that kind of trust on me, I don't think it was possible, because I've been doing this a while, to be able to even push yourself as an actor and go into spaces that make you truly uncomfortable, and sometimes you don't even know. We all wait for that part. As actors, I'm sure all of us are waiting for that part where, यार ये कैसे हो गया, कैसे कर लिया, पता नहीं चला, पर करने का मन तो है, पता नहीं कर पाएंगे कि नहीं, you're constantly pushing the boundary as you go along. But it happens sometimes. And in this case, everything fell into place. I think Tanuj and I were always on the same page in terms of what we wanted, how much we could push with the character without making it uncomfortable or, gimmicky even, right? Because it is a really whacked out part. And then we also, the costumes, the makeup, the hair, everything has a thought, and he gave me that opportunity, he gave me that space to create it, and that also speaks volumes of how secure he is as a storyteller, but also how the DOPs, how Johan and the focus puller, how Eric would shoot us. You can only do that much as an actor, it's everybody else who's making it possible. If the editors don't put, a good actor can seem like a really bad actor with a bad edit, so all of those things, but I had the most fun, in the longest time, honestly, and I surprised myself, which is, I think, something that you take away as an actor.